So according to Bob Arum, on an interview on the YouTube channel called Boxing Socialist, Anthony Yarde, 18 and 0, 17 KOs, has agreed to terms to fight Sergey Kovalev, the WBO light heavyweight champion. Now Kovalev's 33 wins, 3 losses, one draw, 28 KOs, and that fight is supposed to happen in June or July, and then that's in Russia. So Anthony Yarde is willing to go to Russia, according to Bob Arum, and the fight will be obviously on ESPN. Now Yarde's 27. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't fought nobody as experienced as Kovalev. If you look at his resume or the fights, according to the guys he's fought, you know what I'm saying? I don't know none of these guys' names, to be honest. I think the only one I remember of late was a guy by the name of Travis Reeves. And Yard got rid of him, he disposed of him, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to tell you, man, in the last month or so, people have been ridiculing and criticizing Yard and especially his trainer, Babatunde Ajayi, you know what I mean? Babatunde been talking a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying that they not going to, the fight's not happening in London, then the fight ain't gonna happen, and they not going to USA. Well, they not going to USA, and they not fighting in London. The man Anthony Yard is going to Russia. You know what I'm saying? Now, the fight isn't officially a done deal. You know what I mean? It's just that the man Anthony Yard has agreed to terms. You know what I mean? And it's not official. You know what I'm saying? But as long as he agrees to terms, you know what I mean? At least there's hope that the fight could happen. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Anthony Yard will sign on the dotted line, and so will Kovalev. They'll agree to terms, and there won't be any problems. No, no. I had made a video probably last week saying that they're gonna go to a purse bid, and that was supposed to be actually what's the date? On Monday, 2 days ago, and the WBO extended that purse bid to the 15th of March. Excuse me, April. You know what I mean? But it looks like this fight might not be going to the purse bids, and hopefully we'll see this fight happen. I'm gonna read you some quotes from the man Bob Arum, what he said to Boxing Social. Quote, right now the plans are to have the fight in Russia. Frank Warren and Yard have already agreed to terms. We're getting an appropriated date in June or July for the fight, but everything is a go. Now, they must be giving the man Anthony Yard a nice payday for him to risk his O and go over there to Russia to fight the man. You know what I mean? He must be getting some nice, good incentives, a good payday, and it's well worth the risk. You know what I mean? Read you some more quotes from Aram. An announcement will be made shortly. This is my understanding. Yes, that fight will take place in Russia. I met with Kovalev's manager, Igor Klimas, and he told me Yard had already agreed to terms. I don't know Yard from anybody, but Frank told me he is a very confident fighter, an African kid, very strong, and it'll be a great fight for Kovalev. I've never seen him fight. End quote. Well, the man is not African. That's one thing for sure, Bob Arum. If he is, I don't know. I would think that the man is probably of some Caribbean descent. I might be wrong, but I don't know Anthony Yard to be no African fighter. No, nah, not at all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, this is going to be the best, most experienced and fighter that Anthony Yard will have stepped into the ring with, and definitely the most talented. You know what I'm saying? Sergey Kovalev. Yeah, he's been knocked out. I wouldn't have him in my pound for pound list, especially after getting knocked out by Alvarez. He beat Alvarez in the rematch, but to me, he boxed a safe fight. You know what I'm saying? And he did what he had to do. I'm not taking nothing away from him. But personally, I thought it was a closer fight than a lot of people saw. You know what I mean? A lot of people thought he washed the man Alvarez. Alvarez just wasn't quick to pull the trigger. He was waiting for the counterpunch. But the man didn't dominate him. What's his name? Kovalev did not dominate Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? So Anthony Yarde hasn't even fought anybody close to the caliber of pedigree that the man Sergey Kovalev possesses. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, maybe he's trying to catch the man Sergey Kovalev at the right time. You know what I mean? Um, I'm looking forward to this fight if it does happen. Anthony Yarde has been the number one ranked fighter with the WBO for well over a year, and now he's stepping up to the plate. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little skeptical to see if the fight could happen, and I mean anything could happen in between now and June and July, especially if these guys haven't signed the contracts. You know what I mean? They just it's just that the man Anthony Yarde has agreed to terms. You know what I mean? But if Igor Klimas is saying that he said that Yarde has already agreed to terms, then more than likely both sides are negotiating and cooperating and willing to make this fight happen. You know what I mean? I will be rooting for Anthony Yarde. Do I think he could beat him? It's gonna be one of those fights. People say Anthony Yarde hasn't fought anybody. Well, you gotta get in the ring with somebody to fight somebody, and now he's gonna get his opportunity. He's gonna get his opportunity to, drown all the detractors' criticism. And if he can beat the man, that'll be a special win for him. You know what I mean? Do I think he can beat him? I think he can. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't give him a shot, especially after the caliber of a fighter he's been fighting his whole career, especially with a limited amateur background. But this is boxing, you know what I mean? It's two men in the ring. He ain't got nobody to tag team, no timeouts to call, no sub-ins, you know what I mean? He's gonna be tested, and he has all the right and all the tools in his toolbox and the skill set to test the man Kovalev, you know what I mean? So we shall see. B Marsh Boxer, let me know what you think about this fight. You think this fight's are gonna happen? You think Anthony Yarde's gonna go to Russia? Russia could be a nice hotbed for boxing. They have numerous fighters out there. They have a billionaire promoter out there, and Andres Ryabinsky. I don't know why we don't see a lot of fights coming up out of Russia. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Russians love boxing. Really and truly. Look how they came out to see Floyd Mayweather's open workout. You know what I mean? They came out in droves, in packs, you know what I mean, by the thousands just to see a man work out. So Russians do love boxing. They have numerous world champions, whether it's Beterbiev, Bivol, Kovalev, and these are three guys at the light heavyweight division, you know what I mean? I can't quite remember the last time they've had massive fights over there. Um, but I think they could make it happen now. You know what I mean? I think Anthony Yard, man, if him going over to Russia, he's showing how brave he is and trying to, topple one of the best light heavyweights we've had in boxing in the last 7, 8 years. All right, B Marsh Boxing, leave your